The past few weeks, I have been watching a lot of YouTube videos about shapes in higher dimensions and um, like that kind of geometry stuff. I don't even know what it's like actually called. A lot with fractals. I think fractals are really cool, and especially like seeing them in nature. Like, what was there's that fern fractal, and I thought that was really cool. Um, and yeah, a lot of like theoretical physics and um, like utilizing the fourth dimension to turn spheres inside out, and trying to understand that. So it's them from like learning about like space and like theoretical physics into like the more math aspect. But basically like yesterday, I watched a video explaining non-Euclidean video games and how they work, and I thought it was really cool. Because I mean, like most of these like Portal, I've known about it like for forever. I've never played it, but like I see my dad play it, and yeah, I know about it. And so, but that like has been like pushed at the back of my mind. But now with like my newfound interest in this non-Euclidean math stuff, I was like, oh wow, we're linking the two. But also like it was very satisfying to me because like throughout like learning all this stuff, like I'm just like so fascinated and like interested in learning about how like we as third dimensional beings would perceive like a non-Euclidean world, how we would perceive shapes in higher dimensions, like a fourth dimensional cube or tetrahedron. Is that what it's called? Maybe. I don't remember all the words. Um, but yeah, I was really interested in like seeing how that could be visualized. I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy. And so it was interesting seeing with like how like Portal worked and those kinds of games, how they're not truly non-Euclidean, but they like give a really good experience of non-Euclidean world. And um, I really like it. What was I saying? At the end of the video, I will link the video down in the description below. I will link that so that you can watch it too. It's like 4 years old, and my brother had already seen. I sent it to him, and he was like, "I already saw this," and I'm sure you did. But like, how did I just find this now? Anyways, at the end of the video, I was talking about creating games, VR games with the non-Euclidean element, and in VR, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool, because then you can like actually like, that's like the closest thing you can get to experiencing it, like right now. And so with like, in the video, there was an example of like, there was like a long room. One end there's like a statue and it'll be like a monkey, and on the other end there's a pillar, and when you go around the pillar, the monkey, it like just like as you go around the pillar and like the pillar like blocks, it like it looks like it just like transitions into like a bunny, and you could go completely around the corner and there's a bunny statue. It's like you're in a whole new room, basically. But then you go back around the pillar and it's a monkey again. So basically, it looks like there's these three-dimensional spaces stacked on top of each other, and so they're just like all in the same space. And I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool. Because also think about like, what if in the future we somehow magically can figure out a way to use this, have spaces, multiple spaces in one space, because then that would solve a lot of issues with space, housing things. And yeah, I always like imagine like what would that look like going in between, and so that pillar helps like not make it look so jolting. It's kind of like a portal. So yeah, basically how it works is like once you like cross a part, it like kind of teleports. Oh no, that's a different part. No, yeah, it is like a portal. And it like depends on like which direction you go around. But yeah, the VR, I'm like, oh my god, this is like so marketable. Like if you like, figure out how it like could actually work, because like just have like basically a plain room, a box room, and have a VR set, slap it on somebody, and you have an escape room, like a set escape room game, where it like there's basically multiple rooms within that room, and so that saves a lot of money and space. Like you don't have to maintain and like buy all of these like decorations, because it's all just in the computer. And so I think that's the next level of escape rooms. Unless there's like some issue with it that I'm not seeing, because I don't make video games. I'm not a computer programmer. I like know nothing about it. If like there's like an architect engineer kind of relationship aspect, I'm like the architect. Like I have the ideas in my mind, and I'm like whoosh, and then the engineer, just leave it for them to figure it out, because I don't know. And I'm not like I don't know. I might be interested in like figuring out how to like do it exactly, like programming, but I don't know. Probably not with like computer program. I tried to program, like I did it like some classes in middle school, and I don't know how representative of that, of like actual coding it was. People swerving. But I just was like, It's like, okay. Maybe like once you get into it, it's fun to do. Like I like solving the math problem. I like doing math homework. Like I'm doing that, so that's fun to do. Like I know how to do that. I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah, another issue with the VR escape room is that like you wouldn't be able to do it with other people. Like unless it was like a like more like rectangular room, and there was like a dividing wall or like a half wall so that you can like talk to each other, but you can't like run into each other. There should probably also be like padding on the wall or something. There probably have to be like, yeah, cameras in the room to help to keep an eye on. I mean, they do that in like any escape rooms. But yeah, that would be fun. I would really like to do that. So once that happens, I'm going to be very excited. But yeah, now I'm watching videos on the development of Hyperbolia? Yeah, Hyperbolia. That's a game. It's being developed. It's hyperbolic world. Like, I'm not even completely sure how to explain that. But yeah, I need to watch more videos. I still can't properly explain like how like we or like how beings would perceive dimensions and like different dimensions. So like we live in the third dimension, spatial dimension, but then we also I guess like have time as the fourth dimension, where we move through it linearly in a linear fashion. And well, I guess that's like a base dimension. Talking about spatial dimension, we live in the third. And then second dimension, spatial dimension, that's like a plane, like a piece of paper. Then the first dimension is a line. And then zero dimension is just a point. Yeah. We see as third dimensional beings, we see the world in 2D. It's like, what does that mean? It's basically like a cartoon. It's drawn out on a flat piece of paper. It's flat. We have depth perception because we have two eyes receiving, like seeing a flat thing, and they're like offset. So then like special information processing. Maybe it'd be better if I drew it out. Let's do that. This is probably gonna like kill my Mac. But here, let's use a fun palette. Oh yeah, let's use Flourish. So basically, oh, I don't like that pen. basically, so we're looking at a flat plane, a piece of paper, kind of. This is for explaining how the second dimension beings see it. So, I need to explain how we see things. So, you might think, like, we see things in 3D, because we can tell how far away it is. That's perception. I just explained that. I'm repeating myself now. I'm like, yes. But, look out of one eye, 2D. You can't tell depth. And so, what I mean by 2D is that, yeah, it's flat. Like a cartoon. Like, say, like, these M&Ms, they have a fixed shape, a fixed size. About like 1 centimeter. But when I hold it up to the screen, this one looks much bigger than this one here, even though they were the same size. And so, yeah, it's kind of warped. I can't actually tell what the size is unless we had like a ruler up here. But that 2D, we only see like the outline. With shading, that also helps with depth. But there, of course, can be trickery. And then also, like, context helps out, because you can see my arm. There's, like, perspective. I learned this in psychology, like, a long time ago. Our brain just, like, fills in the gaps. But, yeah, that's why in TV shows, like, brain games, they'll do, like, illusions, and they'll be like, what's wrong in this room? And you'll look and you'll be like, oh, everything looks normal. But then they'll, like, freaking, like, reach forward and pick up the bench. And it's like, what? I didn't know that. And that's because, yeah, force perspective? Is that what it's called? Something like that. But illusions. We can trick the brain because we've researched how we like process information, how we fill in the gaps. And so now with illusionists, we can take advantage of that and prank you. But yeah, basically, we see things in 2D. So, in the second dimension, that's just north, south, east, west. Never north, south, east, west. And they can't move up in elevation. They don't have elevation. So, what they see is just a line. We see basically like lines stacked up. They can only see lines and the color. So it's just like they just see. Oh, I should do a bigger size. They might see like this. It's just a straight line. But in our dimension, it could be a sphere. It could be a sphere. But they only see that one line intersecting their world, like their plane. They only see a line because that's the only dimensions. I don't know how well I'm going all over the place. Oh no! my computer went to sleep. Don't sleep on me. That's rude. Anyways. Yeah, so they only see flat line. So basically, here we have a flatlander. That's where it's looking. Here we have, say, oh yeah, they're called flatlanders in videos. A lot of videos I saw, they describe them as that. I'm just basically like making my own, but explained very poorly and probably not accurately. We have a square. We have a box, a room. So we can see it's a square. What they see is a straight line, just a line, a pink line, because they can't see these walls. Let's turn this thing up. So, say we have another flatlander or something, an orange, a fruit. We have an orange in here. Or we can just say an orange circle. It's inside the room, the box. So we can see that it's inside there. But this flatlander, it can't. Because this wall is blocking it. It doesn't know that we're looking. This flatlander doesn't know that we're looking at it. So it doesn't know we're looking at it. It doesn't know that the orange is in there. And it's basically like us. We probably have fourth dimensional beings. We might. Nothing's confirmed. We don't know. But if there are, then they're probably watching me right now. I look at that silly little advanced primate trying to explain this thing that our babies like already know. It's like so obvious. So it's basically like that. Do I need to explain how linear, like in the first dimension? Okay, I'm like working backwards. I'll explain it. So, okay, so here we have a line and something. We have a little one-dimensional dude living here. So this orange point. Oh, I'm not. You can't even see it. I'm sorry. This orange point. This orange dot. That's a one-dimensional being, and it itself is just a point. Say theoretically that it's living. It can only move back and forth, right, left. Yeah. So, and that guy, it only sees, like, say there was another little one-dimensional being there. This is pink. This orange guy sees, or that's not even a good example. Here, let's say like we had, oh shoot, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's say we had like a circle intersecting that line. So let's say that this thing was like passing through, going through that line. This orange dude all they see is just a dot, a point. Like, or maybe a circle isn't the best example. It's like a big dot here, or like, say, a rectangle. It only sees a dot. It only sees this one point there that's intersecting. And like, it can't see this stuff back here because, yeah, it's blocked. Or like, yeah. Basically, yeah. I don't know if that made any sense. But it took me a bit to get comfortable with explaining it. With no help to a majority of my friends who would not listen to me and let me talk. Let me ramble. I'm just kidding. I do have friends. That my brother, I like to talk to him about it. Shout out Jake. He lets me talk to him about it. He has interest. Who else? Shout out to Maddie, because she also is interested and is like, yeah, talk to me about it. Also, primer time travel. I'll probably make another video making a shitty, probably inaccurate explanation of it. But shout out Maddie, because also this kind of video is inspired by you. I might make a counter argument to your dinosaur video. Probably not. I like yours. I mean, some of my other friends, they let me, but they had showed no further interest. And like, that's fine. That's not your fault. Hey, dude, I'm trying to record a video. Yeah, you chillin'. You tell him. Oh my god. It's been almost 30 minutes. Wow, that's great. But maybe, I'm probably gonna split this into 2 videos. I'm gonna edit it later. This is literally gonna kill my neck. Should I end it now? Probably, yeah. It's starting to get personal. That's weird. Okay. Deuces.